Hello everyone. I wanted to take a moment to tell you one of my favorite stories, and it might be one of your favorite stories too. Now you may notice over the weeks, my beard has been growing a lot, getting kinda furry. Do you know of another animal that has a lot of fur? Were you thinking of a moose? Maybe a rabbit? I was thinking of a bear. And I know a story about 3 bears that lived in the forest quite some time ago. See, once upon a time there were 3 bears. There was a papa bear who was big, strong, didn't talk a lot. His voice was kind of deep. And there was mama bear. Now, mama bear was a medium-sized bear, and she spoke softly, and she really kept things in order. And they had a child, baby bear. Now, baby bear was the smallest of the bears, and he liked to run and play and have fun, but sometimes he got upset when things didn't quite go his way. And he might cry sometimes. So when baby bear's crying throughout the story, I just want you to whisper to him, it's okay, baby bear. Now, one day, after they had prepared their breakfast, it was still cooking, and they wanted, it was a little bit hot. They wanted to let it cool, and they were looking outside, noticing, wow, Papa Bear, it's such a nice day out there. Why don't we go for a little walk and let our porridge cool for a bit? Okay, said Papa Bear. So all 3 of them, and Baby Bear was like, yes, we get to go outside, I'm so excited. So all 3 of them, they went outside and enjoyed the cool breeze and saw the birds chirping in the trees. But while they were gone, there was another friend in the forest that day, a little girl with long blonde hair named Goldilocks. And Goldilocks had gone exploring that day out in the forest because she was going to play, and her parents told her to stay close to the house, but she didn't care. She was adventurous. She wanted to get out there and see what the forest had today. And she was also walking through, but she had gone further, so much further than she'd ever been before, and she didn't know where she was. She was lost. So she thought, is it this way? No, I just came from there. How about that way? No. What's that over there? Is that a house in the middle of the forest? Maybe they can help me find my way back home. So Goldilocks went to the house, and she gave the door a knock, but no answer. So she tried again. No answer. So she tried the door, and it opened right away. Well, maybe I'll just go inside and ask if someone's here. So she poked her head in. Is anybody there? Hello? Maybe they're asleep. So she wandered in, and as she was finally in a house, she started feeling something in her stomach. I don't think I ate breakfast today. I just went right out to play. What is that smell? Oh my goodness, is that porridge? And she went straight to the kitchen, and she found 3 bowls full of porridge. 1 big bowl, 1 medium-sized bowl, and 1 teeny tiny little bowl with just the tiniest little spoon in it. Well, she was feeling really hungry, so she's like, well, I gotta go for the big bowl first. So she took the hold of the big spoon, scooped it into the big bowl of porridge, and took a bite, and It was way too hot. She needed something nice and cool. And she couldn't find any glasses of water, but she tried the next bowl of porridge and this porridge is cold. I wanted to cool down, but this is ridiculous. Now I need a jacket. Ugh. So the first two bowls of porridge weren't any good to her. So she's like, well, I'm still hungry. Let me try this last teeny tiny bowl of porridge. So she took a tiny spoon, dipped it in, and took a bite. And you know what? It was just right. So she took another bite. And, you know, maybe just one more. I'm kind of hungry. I don't want to eat it all, though. Like, it's not my food. But, I don't know, I'm hungry. So, and before she knew it, there was no more porridge left. Goldilocks ate it all. So she set the bowl down. Well, I guess I'm not hungry anymore, but I feel kind of bad that I just ate this person's porridge. I hope they don't get mad at me. I'll just have to apologize whenever I find them. Maybe they're in the next room. So she walked over to the next room and found 3 chairs. And she needed to sit down and think about what she was going to do, because so far there was no one in the house, and she still didn't know how to get home. So she went to sit in the first chair, which was this big wooden chair that looked like somebody built with their bare hands. So she went and sat down, and she like twisted a little bit, but who would sit in this chair? It's so hard and rough. It just wasn't comfortable. So she went to the second chair. This was like a medium-sized chair. It looked really soft. So she sat down. It was soft, really soft, too soft. She started sinking into the chair. She had to reach herself out and climb on out of there. Whew. I don't know who would even have a chair that soft. You just cannot get comfortable in it. You just start sinking. So she went to the last chair. This was a teeny tiny rocking chair, all made of wood, with a nice little cushion on the seats. So she sat down, and this chair was just right. So she began rocking back and forth. This is fun. This is the chair for me. I can't take this chair home, but I'm going to ask my mom and dad if I can have a chair like this. Because a chair like this, I could really sit in. Goldilocks looked down and saw that the chair was broken. Oh no. I'm going to get in so much trouble. I just broke someone's chair. I wasn't even supposed to be in this house. Oh, I really hope they're not mad at me. I better go find them and apologize. Maybe they're upstairs. Maybe they're taking a nap. Maybe they haven't woken up yet. And I just gotta apologize, because, you know, I didn't. It was an accident, you know. So she wandered up the stairs into the bedroom and saw that it was also empty. But in the bedroom, she saw 3 of the nicest beds she'd ever seen. There was one big bed, one medium-sized bed, and a teeny tiny little bed. So she was, after all eating that porridge, she was just feeling a little sleepy, you know? It was getting to be like her nap time. She hadn't eaten all day except for like a little bowl of porridge. And she had spent all day out in the forest wandering around. She really needed a nap. Maybe after a nap, my mind will be clear and I'll know where to go. So she wandered into the biggest bed and laid down, and ow! This bed is too hard. So she tried the medium-sized bed. She jumped on in, and this bed is too soft. So she climbed out of the medium-sized bed because it was way too soft. Just like the chair, she was sinking into the bed. Whew, she could barely breathe in that thing. So she went to the last bed, and it was, oh man, it was just right. She just laid down and don't worry, I'm still awake, but Goldilocks fell asleep. Just then, as Goldilocks fell asleep, the three bears came back from their walk. Already, they enjoyed nature and they're ready to just sit down and eat their breakfast. But when they came to the door, what do you think they saw? If you thought that there was a snake on the door, well, you're creative, but that's not what happened this time. They saw that the door was open, and so they wondered, Papa Bear, did you remember to close the door? I always close the door. Baby Bear, did you leave the door open? No, Mama. Papa Bear always closes the door. I guess we better go in and see what happened. So they walked in, and when they got to the kitchen, they noticed something strange about the bowls of porridge they left. Papa Bear looked at his bowl, looked at the spoon covered in porridge, and said, "It seems someone's been eating my porridge." Mama Bear looked at her bowl and said, "Papa Bear, you're never going to believe this. Someone's been eating my porridge too. How strange." And they both looked at Baby Bear, who was on the verge of tears. "Well, Mama, someone ate my porridge too, and they ate all of it. There's no more porridge." Now let's all together, let's say, "Baby Bear, it's okay. It's okay, Baby Bear." So they gave him a big hug, and Mama Bear suggested, why don't we go into the next room and sit down and think about what we should do? I mean, because it's not every day that someone just comes into your house. Maybe there's someone we can call. So they went into the next room, but before they could sit down, what do you think they saw? If you said it's a moose eating muffins, well, that sounds delicious, but that's not what they saw. They saw that someone had been sitting in their chairs. Papa Bear walked over to his chair. He looked down and said, "Someone's been sitting in my chair." Mama Bear looked at her chair and said the same thing. "Papa Bear, you're not going to believe this. Someone's been sitting in my chair too." And they both looked at Baby Bear, who once again was on the verge of tears as he said, "Mama, Papa, someone was sitting in my chair and they broke it." Okay, let's all say this again together. "It's okay, Baby Bear. Baby Bear, it's okay." And they gave him a hug, and he felt a little bit better. I think we need to go up and take a nap. This day has just been way too chaotic. It started out nice with a walk, but now somebody is coming in, eating our porridge, sitting in our chairs. I agree. I could use a nap. Come along, Baby Bear. So all three bears went upstairs and into their bedroom. And do you know what they saw? If you thought that they saw a fire-breathing dragon guarding some treasure with a knight getting ready to steal that treasure from the dragon, well, you might have a very adventurous mind, but that's not what they saw. They saw that someone had been sleeping in their beds too. Papa Bear walked right over to his bed, looked down at it and said, "Someone's been sleeping in my bed." And Mama Bear, she looked at her bed and said the same thing. "Well, you're not going to believe this, Papa Bear. Someone's been sleeping in my bed too." And they both looked at Baby Bear, who wasn't on the verge of tears. No, he looked so surprised. He said, "Mama, Papa, someone's been sleeping in my bed and she's still here." So all three looked at the little girl that was sleeping in Baby Bear's bed. And as they stared down at her, Goldilocks stretched and yawned. What a wonderful nap. And as she opened her eyes, she saw the most frightening sight she had ever seen. And no, it was not the most ferocious dragon. It was not a snake. It wasn't even a spider. It was 3 bears. 3 pairs of sharp teeth. 3 wet noses. And 3 furry bodies, all staring down with these dark, dark eyes. And she got so scared that she jumped out of bed. She ran down the stairs. She ran past the chairs. She ran past the porridge. She ran out the door. Did not even think to close it because she's running. And you know what? All that running and all that scaring, it really made her remember where she lived. So she ran all the way back home, and she never wandered that far out in the forest again. Not by herself, anyway. Meanwhile, the 3 bears had the most confused look on their face. But their problem was solved. They never saw Goldilocks again. And they went back down and made some more porridge, and Baby Bear got some more porridge. And Papa Bear was able to fix Baby Bear's chair, so he had a chair again. And they lived happily ever after. The end. Hope you enjoyed the story. Can't wait to share more with you, and I hope that you can come up with your own stories too that are fun to tell.